Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Go Lurk Yourself Live. Let me go ahead and pull up the script here. Welcome everybody to Go Lurk Yourself, a podcast about streaming on the internet. I am Crunky.
I am Sunny D.
And we aim to bring you news, interviews, entertainment, and to be a live weekly place for everyone from the Go Lurk Yourself community to hang out. This show is for our community and by our community. This first episode is just going to be the D and I, but after this episode, we're going to have people from the podcast are going to be on here every time. General Chaos Live is here. B Shiv is here. Oh my God, it's Batman is here. I saw Osmo. I think I have Osmo's name right. Just Osmo is here. But anyway, this is our community, guys. As we'll start out, we'll get some of the Go Lurk Yourself community news. We'll do that first. If you guys are part of the community, or even if you're not, and there's some news you would like to be on the podcast every week for the community, you let us know, either via Twitter, in our chat, in our Discord, someplace in writing where we can't forget it, because if you just tell us about it right now, I might forget about it. But Osmo, Demon Eyes, who's got Demon Eyes? Me? I don't know. Maybe I have Demon Eyes because of the blue background. Let's check. Do I have Demon Eyes? No? But anyway, welcome everybody.
Yeah, welcome guys.
How are you doing today, D?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, how's work going? I heard you got a special commendation at work.
I got a special gold award for last month's production, so
yeah.
Pretty excited. I got a free vacation day.
Free vacation day. That's putting our money where their mouth is, I think. What else is going on? I mean, other than that we're drinking. Are you drinking?
No.
What is going on?
I'm drinking Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper?
Well, Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr. Pepper. B-Shift, thank you for that 11-month subscription, dude. That was so nice of you. I really appreciate that. What does that say?
B-Shift says, D, is that your perfume I smell or Crunkies? It's Crunkies.
It could be mine. It could be mine. Chaos says what?
Chaos says, you have slight demon eyes when you lean back. I think green screen.
Yeah, it probably is. The green screen, this is actually a blue wall, and my eyes are blue. So they might be demon eyes. That might be our first bit of feedback from the. I thought the glasses would cover it up a little bit. But hey, Brutal Nerd, how you doing?
Hi, Brutal.
We're waiting half an hour for your channel, but I have it muted. I am here. Okay. Thank you for being here. My blue eyes, they are beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Yeah.
I agree.
Who wouldn't want these beautiful demon eyes with the blue background? I didn't think about that. I told D, I said, don't wear a blue shirt. But I'm like, oh yeah, my eyes are blue. So let's get on to the Go Lurk Yourself podcast community. So far, everybody that's in here is part of the community. I hope you guys feel welcome here. We've been doing this for like a year now. I've been doing a little over a year, you just a little under because you started a little bit later than me. But it's been a lot of fun. Should wear sunglasses. That's right, I should. Or maybe you should just get used to seeing the demon eyes. So, first and foremost, part of the Go Lurk Yourself community. I figured about 5-minute intro. We're gonna be feeling this out, guys. Before we get going, we're gonna be feeling this out. This is the first one. We want it to be a little bit of scripted, so we're not all over the place. We are gonna release these audio versions of these episodes onto the YouTube feed, or not YouTube feed, the iTunes and podcast feed. So if you guys are listening to this on audio only later on after we've recorded it, bear with us as we figure out. I'll edit this episode down to just the audio portions. If we do anything major video, I'll cut all that out for the audio release. But please send me your feedback, and when you do send your feedback about the audio version, let me know what is and what isn't working, please. And I will take every bit of feedback to heart, and I evaluate it and try to make it better because of it. Thank you, Osmo, for the recommendation of wearing sunglasses. I'll take that into consideration. I don't know if I'll be able to game with those on, but Osmo's been around for about a week, I think. Maybe a little bit longer, if I remember. When you get old like me, Osmo, it all kind of blends together. It's like, was that last month or last year? I don't really remember. Weren't we just here? Yeah, that was 2015. Oh, shit, that was 2 years ago. But let's get into the Go Lurk Yourself news, shall we?
Yes.
Boom. All right, first and foremost, a wee bit longer. I just haven't been in the stream as much UK time. Yeah, I hear you. And as I've told people on my stream, and I'm sure D has a similar feeling, I never take offense if people can't hang around for a while. That never bothers me because we've all got lives. We've all got crap to do and people to do and things to see, right? So, I mean, we understand, and I never get mad about people not being here. I always get mad if they thought, well, I wasn't around for a while, it'll be awkward when I come back. No, just come back. Anytime you can make it in here is awesome, even if it's once every now and again. Snuffus89 of the Go Lurk Yourself podcast community. He's been on 2-3 episodes. My glasses are all foggy for some reason. It's just hotter than balls in here. We've got a computer sitting here, a PS4 on the ground, a laptop, and like every pet we have decides to hang out and congregate in here. You can't see, but the cat's right off screen here. You got to make sure to keep him on chat.
Okay.
That's my first critique. Is D does not keep him on chat.
Well, you're talking. I don't.
That's okay. You can jump in. Hey, what's up, Cherry?
Hi, Cherry. This is an R-rated stream. Don't watch. You're not allowed.
Already stream confirmed. That is people to do. Yes.
I don't have people to do.
Come here, kitty. Come here, kitty.
You guys want to see a kitty?
This is Demon Cat.
This is Sweetie Heart.
Cherry, they said, and Brutal, they said I have demon eyes because the blue screen's put in the background over my eyes. Do you see it? Is it demon eyes confirmed? You don't have people to do Brutal Dirt? I bet that's not the case. Okay. Podcast news. I'll do number 1, okay? You do number 2. Snuffus89 of the podcast community has been on the podcast several times. He is running a Rocket League, first ever Rocket League tournament that he's ran, that a lot of us have been in. It's not super professional. We're all, some of us, I don't want to name names, but some of us are pretty new to the game.
I'm horrible.
I'm not very good compared to like some of my friends that play. Mostly you British folks that have grown up on soccer, or as you guys call it, football. Is that how you say it? Football? It's football. It's football. Can't wait for the Rocket League tournament. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting because Snuffus has a lot of grand ideas. Like he was getting with me and he was like, let's do this. I'm like, hey man, I'll pimp it, I'll help promote it, but you do all the setup. I don't have time or desire to go. You need to go to sleep. I'm the best. Fight me. Okay, Toad. Was that Toad from Mario Kart? I'm the best. I think a couple of them say it, but his is the funniest.
Yeah.
Back when Toad was a he. Toad's totally a she.
No, there's Toadette.
Oh, there's Toadette now.
Toad is a boy and Toadette's a girl.
Okay, sort of like Birdo, right?
Well, Birdo, you just can't
Birdo's just he's just comfortably transgender. We just got to be happy with that. Accept it. Accept it. We call it football because you kick the ball with your feet. Yeah, we kick the ball in American football too.
Yeah.
You also, you say that, but your goalies, they grab it with their hands. That's just accepted. That's not their feet, now is it? And you guys also hit it with your head. That's just insane. You'll never see that shit in American football. We put helmets on our head because we're concerned about safety. American football should be called hand egg. Yeah, oblong hand egg. Hey, Sin, what's up?
Hi, Sin.
Those bedroom eyes, Crunk. You like my bedroom eyes? So, I'm getting wonderfully off topic. Snuffus is calling it the most extreme Rocket League challenge. This is a 24-person league that will have a regular season and will culminate, apparently I can't spell culminate, into a tournament where one team will be crowned most awesome Rocket League player ever. And that's ever with an EVAR. There is a prize to be involved. Each member of the winning team will receive a Steam gift card. I think he said $10 each. Don't hold me to that. I don't think you can get a $10 Steam gift card unless you buy that one that's 10. There's one that's like 20 to 100, right? Maybe that one.
I thought you could. Yeah, maybe.
Demon Eyes. Chaos clipped my Demon Eyes. Nice. I'm gonna have to figure something else out because that's gonna be crazy. I'm glad I didn't do the rainbow colored circle one because that would have been really crazy over my eyes.
Oh yeah.
You can find out more about it on my Discord. He posts some links, or at his Discord. If you don't have his Discord, go into his stream, even if he's offline. Well, no, it won't work if he's offline. I'm sure there's a link to his Discord in the stream somewhere. Follow it. It may not be. I think it's too late to sign up for a regular spot, but we'll be looking for substitutions. So if there's a sub to get in on, go in there and sign up. And I think we did have one slot open. Matches will start on 5/21. Highlights will be at Snuffus's YouTube channel, which you can also find on his channel. The next one is...
Me, the Sunny D. Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
All right, I'm going to just take over chat reading duties because
Well, I was going to read something, you're like, the next one is...
you got to just learn when to cut in. You got to learn to pick your spots, D. You got to get in there and fucking get it done.
That's great. You want a sparkly shirt? Like, my shirt's sparkling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's nice.
Very funny. Well, I'm actually doing a weekly indie game now. I'm going to stream it every Monday. The one I did this week was the Blossom Tells.
For the Switch, right?
For the Switch.
Yeah.
I do have it on the Switch, and it is on Steam. They're both $14.99 right now on both consoles. Switch was great. Yes. Blossom Tells, The Sleeping King is the name of it.
Is it?
Yes. And it's made by Castle Pixel is the name of the developer. Really enjoyed it though. If you guys like...
I'm visually communicating with chat to not interrupt, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
No, it's like this in PUBG. No, it's like this.
That would be pretty funny. No.
Please go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you with mine. Look.
Wow.
It's PUBG stuff.
No, I'm just joking.
I'm not threatening to kill you in real life. Please, officer, if you're watching this video, I'm not threatening to kill her. It's from PUBG.
Oh, no.
The Sleeping King is correcting you.
Then what did I say? The Sleeping Night?
I don't know.
I might have said that. There's nights in this game. Yeah, it's the Sleeping King. If you guys like Zelda, Link to the Past.
The SNES one.
Yes, the SNES one.
Or there's a couple other top-down ones. Like there was the one for the 3DS that came back. That was called The Link Between Worlds. There was one for the DS. No, not the DS. The Game Boy. That Cherry played. What was that one called? The big windfish and the sleepy one. Link's Awakening.
Oh yeah, Link's Awakening.
And then there was a couple other ones like the train one. It wasn't the same, but
no,
but top down like that.
Yeah, top down.
Yeah,
it is top down. It's a great little game, and it doesn't seem to be that long. I think it's about 15 hours or so.
The Blossom Tales is?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on my third dungeon now.
How many dungeons are there?
I have no idea.
There you go. So, interesting fun fact. The other night, Monday, when Dee was streaming that, I tweeted it out. And the developer of the game liked and retweeted the tweet. And I was like, oh, who is this person? I opened up and like their profile is Blossom Tales. And I'm like, hey, we do a podcast. Would you like to be on the podcast to talk about your game? And they said, sure.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
They actually said yes?
Yeah, so I sent a message back, said, hey, I'm available. We can do a one-on-one any night during the week. They're in American time or in Eastern Standard Time. Let me know what's good for you, and I'll make something work. Whether or not we can have the two of us on it, and I think it would be good to have you on there because you've been playing it. Or if you're available, if they want to do it some other time that you're not available, I'll do it by myself if I have to. But I'll probably play it a little bit first. But I said let's coordinate and set that up. So that would be neat. Oswald played it on the 3DS. Okay, cool.
Oh, did you enjoy it?
Link Zelda 13 Link Takes Manhattan. Okay, so hey Molly, bring some Labo in here. This is when you have kids, you just yell at them from across the room. Do this, go feed the dogs, do your homework, go wash my car, do my taxes, right?
Right.
So, third one, we did a Nintendo Labo episode with Molly. Molly is?
Our daughter.
Yeah. Most of you guys have met Molly before. She's 11. And she and I built some Nintendo Labo stuff. And she's going to bring one of them up here so we can look at it real quick. Thank you, Moles. Yeah, get wrecked, boy. You want to come say hi to the stream?
No. No.
You can just say hi from off screen if you want.
Hi.
Say get wrecked, boy.
Hi.
Thank you. What do you got, Chips? Take that dog with you. She's just a little heat box in here. This is the Nintendo I'm not going to unhook my actual Switch to show you guys this. how it works. I know it's kind of a tease, but you put the screen right in here, and when you play this button, the controller that reads back here. Sorry, go on, Lucy. The controller that has an IR scanner back here reads the little papers back here, and it knows when the notes are being played, and actually you can like adjust things on it and play like actual notes. It's really kind of cool. But this was one of the latest episodes of the podcast was Nintendo Labo, and it blew up. Like, it has more downloads than any other episode we've done this year. Like,
that's great.
Substantially more. And of course, Molly says it's because she's awesome. That's why it's the best episode. But I think there was a lot of people who were looking for Nintendo Labo or Nintendo stuff online. Another one of our most popular episodes ever was the Zelda retrospective one, and there aren't a whole lot of regular Zelda podcasts. I think they peter out when they start them because there's only so much content, you know. They only put out a game every 5 years. You're only gonna get so much content. So that one had a lot of downloads as well. I'll go ahead and do number 4 because I've been talking to Cherry about this.
Okay.
Cherry Cake, who is the other co-host of the podcast, she is at twitch.tv/cherrycaketv, and I didn't give Snuffus's. Snuffus is twitch.tv/Snuffus SNUFFAS89 because he's young and that's when he was born, 89. But Cherry Cake is going to set up a green screen soon.
Oh, nice, Cherry.
Yeah, she's going to turn her desk around and put the green screen like behind her desk. That way she can rock that. You can find out more by going to her channel. Maybe she's here in chat. Maybe she's going to talk about when she's going to do it. But one of the things that you may want to ask her about if you're listening to this on the podcast and you're thinking about streaming and you want to know more about green screen, talk to her about it. There's a couple of different ways to do it, and I think the way that, from what she's told me, the way she's going to do it is going to be one of the better ways, I think, to do it. That's where you use Streamlabs OBS's video filter to what do they call that? Chroma keying. So you hang a solid color behind you. Like right now, we have a blue wall here, so I chroma keyed out this blue, and I have an animated background before I realized that since my eyes are blue, that my eyes are like ghosting over with scary stuff. But anyway, that's the update for the Sunny D. Do you want to do the next one, D, number 5?
Yes. Oh, General Chaos Live has been killing zombies on The Last of Us. If you haven't seen this game, it's definitely one of the better games to watch on stream. It is, and of course, Chaos, you are really entertaining. I love watching your streams.
Easy there. I'm in the room.
I love your streams.
Sure. Sure you do.
It's like watching a movie with friends, and there isn't a better person to be screaming scared like Chaos. Check them out on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT time. So check that out.
That's Greenwich Mean Time, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's the fancy time they use in England. Thank you, Brutal, for doing that shout out.
Oh, thank you, Brutal. Thanks for the host, Night Owl.
The bot is dead again.
Oh, the bot is dead.
Let me fix that. Pieces of shit. Okay, well, sorry about that. Night Owl, thank you for that host. I've got some alerts not working. So thank you for that host, Night Owl. I think that was a live host. Appreciate that. I think your demon eyes are only when your glasses square to your screen. Oh, okay. That fake English time.
Fake English time.
How you doing, Night Owl? Welcome to the stream. What did you miss? You nodded off. Thank you, Shy Guy Brigade, for that host.
Oh, she nodded off.
Speaking of Shy Guy Brigade, he has been playing a lot of. He is he's twitch.tv/Shy Guy Brigade, just like it says there in chat. SHYGUYBRIGADE. He's been playing a lot of co-op multiplayer of Mario Kart, which is, spoiler alert, what we're going to do later, live on stream. Every week, one of the segments that D and I are going to do is have a versus mode where we play a game either co-op or against each other. I think like varying. So this week we're gonna compete in Mario Kart, and I'm sorry ahead of time. for the beating you're about to endure in Mario Kart.
Oh,
But-
I got practice earlier this
Yeah, that's right. You played with Molly, didn't you?
Yes, it did.
Shy Guy Brigade is a great streamer. You guys should check him out. He plays. He's been playing like 100% runs of Zelda games.
Oh,
I
nice.
went into a stream yesterday and he was playing the Wind Waker, the watery one,
Yeah.
the cartoon water one, and I was like, did I get the name right? He's playing the HD remaster, which is for the Wii U, and was like going through all of it 100%, and that was really cool. But he does a lot of online, like every time I go in there and he's playing Mario Kart, he's got like 8 people in there with him, and he's usually kicking all their asses. Like, he's really good at the game. So if you're a top-notch Mario Kart player, or you want to be, start racing against Shy Guy. D, will you tell us about College of Celiac? He's been, but everyone who I've talked about so far has been a guest on the podcast. That's usually how you get your foot in the door. If you want to be shouted out in our community, you want to be on the podcast, reach out to me and let's talk. If you're a streamer, or even if you're not a streamer, let me know and we'll talk.
Yeah, College of Celiac, guys. If you haven't seen his stream, it's really good. He plays all sorts of different things, but he does do a weekly D&D stream, which Dungeons and Dragons. I'm actually part of the group. It's on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A lot of fun. We've got quite a few streamers included in that.
I'm laughing at chat, sorry.
That's okay. So come on out and check him out.
You've been on his stream, right? Did you
Yes.
mention that while I was reading chat and I wasn't paying attention?
Yes, I've been.
Sorry.
It's okay. I've been on. We've done about 3 sessions of Dungeons and Dragons.
And who was a guest host as a merchant when you were out? Do you remember?
Yes, Cranky was.
I was a merchant in a shop at a beach that was a dream.
Yes.
And I gave them some kind of key or some kind of like, I know it's not really my bag, but I was there for it. They was like, could you stop by for like 10 minutes? I think they were trying to like hook me into it. But I was talking about this on my stream last night. College and some of his regulars, Levi's on there, who's been on the podcast.
Blazing Embers.
Blazing Embers. I couldn't remember his name. Blazing Embers. They're all really fun, nice people. But man, do I feel old when I'm hanging out with them. They were like Nuzlocke, Pokemon, this, and I was like, what? And then they start trying to define it and explain it to me with more words that I don't know, and I'm like, guys, I give up. Uncle, I don't know. I can't follow this.
Oh yeah, and Hakodai's in our
Hakodai,
group
yeah.
too.
I saw Hakodai stream yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he actually revealed himself yesterday
Did
on
he?
stream with a camera.
Oh
so
my God.
Everybody's very excited.
Is he hot?
Is he?
One of the regular things I'm going to try to do is embarrass my wife. Bunny Ball Ball, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Bunny Ball Ball's turned into my my late night PUBG buddy. He stays up later than everybody over in England because it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock here, and he's still up. It's got to be like 4 o'clock in the morning. He gets all my 80s references because he's I assume he's either likes that genre or he's closer to our age than some other people that we know.
Not gonna name those.
Yeah, I'm not gonna remember you damn kids. Bunny reminds me of me, Night Owl. Yeah, you know how old Night Owl is?
Oh.
Like 30.
Oh yeah, he said that last
I know.
night when you guys were playing Rocket League.
I think it's all the facial hair. It makes him look like more older and distinguished. And he's like 30. I'm like, kiss my ass, you young kids. I'm just jealous, that's all. Yeah, that sounds like you. Almost a decade younger than me, and I have no idea about some of the references. Cat confirmed. Oh, yes. The cat has made her appearance. She's Space Cat right now. Okay, next up on the shout-outs list for people who've been here. Hey, Frankie, what's up, dude? You missed your shout-out. We were talking about your Mario Kart skills and your Zelda skills. You're 32. Bunny Ball Ball's only 32? Well, I've never seen you. Guys, what the fuck is this planet doing in the room? Good, Frankie, man. Thanks for coming by, dude. I really appreciate it. Next is Mr. B. Shiv, who is one of my longest running subscribers and friends on Twitch. He was one of the first guys I ever met on Twitch. He's the reason I started streaming. I met him, and he was really nice and accommodating, and I said, hey, I'm new. And he was like, come in here, kid. Let me show you something. And that sounded creepier than I meant. Let me tell you more about Twitch and how it works. And he just subscribed, like before I even started, when I was having my starting screen on, he re-upped for 11 months, and I can't thank him enough. I tell him every month he doesn't need to do that, but he just won't listen. He's been playing VR games. He has an Oculus Rift, and he's been rocking his man bod on stream, his dad bod, even though he doesn't have any kids. But what he does is he's got like this dual camera setup, so he's like playing the game, and you can see like a small camera of his first person mode, what he sees, and then you can like see him standing there on the other one, on the big camera. It's really cool.
It's really cool.
Did you see that Star Wars lightsaber game he was playing?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
So if you guys didn't see it, I don't remember what it was called. If he's here, he'll probably say it. But it was like picture Dance Dance Revolution, but instead of like pads you jumped on, it was a 3D space, and there were these cubes that come at you, and they're different colors, and you have 2 lightsabers in your hand, and the cubes have arrows, like, and what you have to do is when they get close to you, you have to chop them, and if the arrow points up, you have to chop it vertically. If it's from the side, you have to hit it from this side. But it's like Dance Dance Revolution, it's in time with the music, so it looks like Darth Maul and Ben Kenobi like having a epic sword fight, and there's like sparks that fly everywhere. It's visually cool to watch because it's in time with the music, and it looks fun as hell to play. Like, It's one of the first VR games that I saw. I'm like, okay, I get it. That could be a game that's not just like an interactive novel that you play once and you're done. It was like one you could actually like really enjoy. It's called Beat Saber VR. Thank you. Thank you, Night Owl. Night Owl knows what's up. That sounds right.
Yes.
I always wanted Beat Saber. I mean, that he didn't mean that as dirty as it sounded, right? No, he just said,
should never.
He never does double entendres, does he? Hey, B-Shiv, welcome back, buddy. B-Shiv, tell us about some of the other games on VR that you've enjoyed. There was a PUBG clone that he played that.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was like a clone, but like has you're getting it for your Oculus Rift, Frankie. Nice. No film has replicated the fear of the snake room. What am I missing? Oh, snakes, yeah. Gotta be snakes.
Always snakes.
Yeah.
PUBG.
It's snakes in PUBG.
Snakes?
They're talking about Indiana Jones, which you'd know if you were in the chat. Oh, man. So, Bishop's been playing some VR. He also does some retro games. He plays, like, Animal Crossing, and I'm sure there's other games he plays. I just don't remember. The problem is, he starts streaming, like, right as I go to bed. So I go down and start watching him, and I'm like keeping up for a bit, and usually I've had a few beers by that point, and I'm just like, Indiana Jones with you involves lasso and little Asian boy. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Let's not talk about that. Cranky, me and KS are going to see a live orchestra play Raiders with the film.
Oh, that'll be cool to see the orchestral versions. Yeah, that'll be nice. So, one of the other segments that we'd like to do here, we're about at 30 minutes, so we're right at about, there's gonna be some editing notes in here because I want to keep this on a track, but also keep some of the freeform fun of it. One of the things that we want to do is gaming news. I pulled up some really interesting facts today, but let's just get right to it. This morning I got up and I remembered talking to Brutal like a week ago that there was going to be a Dark Souls network test on PS4 and Xbox One. You can play the Dark Souls Remastered. And someone told me maybe yesterday that it was going to be available like today. And I'm like, well, maybe we'll play that on the live podcast. That'll be awesome. And then, no, it's actually the 11th, which is tomorrow. But I'm like, well, that's okay. We'll stream it on the weekends, play it around. It'll be fun. So I got up this morning before work, and I booted up the PlayStation, and I went in there, and I can't find it. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Maybe there's some kind of code. You have to sign up for it and get a code. So I go, and I sign up. It's today and tomorrow. Well, it's tomorrow for us, Brutal. So I go and sign up. I go Google it, like the directions, and like you had to sign up by the 8th. And today is the 9th. So I was like, no, today's the 10th. So I missed it, but you had to get it by the 8th. Yeah, exactly. You have to buy the DLC to get the DLC. What? I don't know. You're the one who's supposed to be reading chat.
I'm sorry. Missed the D at B.
Zombie game this Friday in VR. What is the zombie game called? And some ML. Yeah, I did see him playing Stardew Valley the other day. Stardew Valley is one of those games that, like, I love the idea of it, but every time I played it, all I want to do is go to sleep.
Well, if you guys really want to be entertained by Stardew Valley, please watch Brutal Nerd. play it. It's been great. I've never laughed so hard.
We need to have B-Shiv and Brutal play together and double dual stream it.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Can we pressure you guys into doing that? Can we all get together? Can we start a whitehouse.gov campaign to get that done?
Yes.
Although
agree.
I don't think we'd have much extradition rights over Brutal since she does, or B-Shiv. Neither one of them live in this country. Let's do it anyway.
Yeah.
Just so if it gets 1,000 signatures, Donald Trump will have to read it. Oh, I mean,
I don't think anybody wants him
I don't
to
think
read
he,
anything.
I don't think he can read. No politics. No politics. You're the puppet. No puppet. You're the puppet.
Okay.
What does Sin say? It's a reference.
Oh, okay. Yeah, B-Shiv is PG stream.
Yeah, that's
true.
a very good point.
That's very true.
You just have to mute Brutal on his side.
Night, Cherry.
Good night, Cherry. Thanks for coming by. We're getting caught up on chat right now, guys. 11th for you. Okay. I know you did, Brutal, but you have to remember that like 90% of what I hear I don't recall after, especially when I'm multitasking. Brutal said she told me that.
I believe that, Brutal. Trust me. I believe it.
Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy's version coming out in a sooner date now. Nice. Where did they move that up to? Hype for that. Going to stream that actually. Nice. So what I'm going to do then is instead of, especially Brutal, could you play that tonight then, or today? Can you play that? Because it's 9:30 in the a.m. Friday where Brutal's at. So are you going to stream that today?
Marky, if you want some really sad news, Fox has canceled Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, never seen it.
I've never seen it either. Sorry,
That's the one that's got the guy from SNL in it, right?
Yes.
What's his name?
Go babes, up early tomorrow at 12:30 a.m. here. Good night, friends.
Good night.
General Chaos. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the bits, Sin.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
My heart. Oh,
I know.
We broke his heart.
Okay, Brutal, I understand.
Oh, I don't blame you, Brutal.
For what I understand, it's just the intro. It's like up to Undead Bird. You can't even pass Undead Bird.
Oh, okay.
So I think thinking back on it when I heard about it, it was just gonna be on consoles. I kind of dismissed it out of mind. Like I'm not gonna mess with that. And then like later on, I'm like, well, maybe I will play it on the PS4 because at the time that I was reading about that, I didn't know we'd have all this hooked up. But I need to finish Dad of War anyway.
Dad of War. Dad of War.
So next bit of gaming news is number 2.
Oh. 2/3 of Destiny's.
Nope, number 2.
Oh, number 2. Sorry.
It's the one that's after 1 but before 3.
Sorry. I saw the 2.
I know. It was confusing. There are
guys.
several numbers on that screen. I can understand how you can be confused.
I'm sorry. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate Mage?
Ultimate. No, that was just a typo. I was on a conference call while I typed this up.
Ultimate. No, Ultimate. USA for Switch announced today, August 28th, 2018. That's awesome.
Yeah, you know the Monster Hunter one the last one they put out for. There's like an ultimate version called Generations. Did you play it on 3DS? Didn't you?
Did you alternate version?
No, Generations. Did you play that?
No, I didn't get to play it. I played 4.
You played 4, and Generations came out after that, right?
Yes, I think Bisha's played.
Yeah, he's played the Japanese version.
Yeah.
And what I thought was funny because he's very excited they're bringing this out, but he also hates Nintendo Switch port. So it's kind of this. I posted on his Discord today. I'm like, it's the Switch port that you love. What does he say here? D. Crunk told you to be aggressive and take charge and go and order what you want. Or any order you want. That's right.
Yes, that's right. I'm aggressive.
I used to bash Monster Hunter on PSP when I was... Okay. Alright. You hope Netflix buys it up? Yeah, that would be cool. To bring Brooklyn Nine-Nine over to
Yeah,
Netflix.
then we'd probably watch it.
Exactly. Well, it's on Hulu. I've seen it. You know what? Bunny Ballball's a guy who has some pretty good taste, and so I'm going to give it a shot. Instead of just watching Star Trek on loop, like I normally do, I'll give a new show. I'm a grumpy old man. I just want to watch the shows that I like. I know I'm going to like it. I've been watching Deep Space Nine, which I did not watch when it was new.
Yes, I love Deep Space Nine. I watched it when it was new.
Well, it's just like any Trek. The first season is absolute horseshit.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not the best.
Next Generation, even original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine. The first one that I thought the first season was good was probably Enterprise.
Yeah,
After
the first few
Yeah,
episodes.
the first couple episodes were rocky, but it kind of found its footing early. And then the new Star Trek, the Discovery.
Yes.
A lot of people hate on it, but we're here to tell you it's fucking great. And if you don't like it, then you can get out. Okay, number 3. Get caught up on chat.
Oh. Funny. Oh, what is the best Trek in your opinion, though?
The best Trek, in my opinion? Just overall, all things considered, I have to say TNG because I grew up with it. And like Dee and I bonded over it initially. Like, we met at a party and I go, what's her name? And they're like, Deanna. And I'm like, ooh, like Deanna Troi, huh? Actually, it was Joey, your friend Joey, a girl, Joy, not Joy, Joey, told me, she's like, I've got a friend from another school that I want you to introduce you to. And maybe we'll hook you guys up at the Halloween party when we were like 13, 14, 14, 15. And I was like, what's her name? Deanna. I'm like, ooh. So, that's my favorite Trek. What's your favorite Trek?
Next Generation.
Next Generation, yeah.
I grew up with that one.
Picard Takes Manhattan.
Picard Takes Manhattan.
Ray Kenobi. Archer and B9. If Bunny Bubble was saying that show, B99, whatever it's called. What is it?
Oh, no, I can't think.
I can't think of the name of it.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. And Archer is his favorite shows. Archer's one of my favorite comedy. Like, I watch Star Trek and animated comedies, all I usually ever watch. Cherry and I are talking about doing episodes of the podcast on Simpsons games, just so we have an excuse to talk about the Simpsons show because we love so much.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You're right, Brutal.
Picard is awesome. I will tell you that the new Trek is up there with being better than any Trek as far as storytelling. One thing, especially because we've watched old Trek so much and rewatched it, that you can really pick it apart. There's a podcast that I listen to called The Greatest Generation. It's these comedy nerds making fun of Star Trek: The Next Generation but they love it. And it's one of the reasons that got me interested in podcasting. These guys did it and made a real name for themselves. They tour the country right now. Do you know that?
Yes.
They're going this tour. Like,
awesome.
I'm actually thinking about talking you into going, but we'd have to go to like Chicago.
Okay.
But I didn't think talking you into a weekend trip would be too hard. But anyway, it's funny that Trek came up because you worked on a Simpsons game. Bunny, are you at liberty to talk about which one it was? And you can't come on the podcast and talk to us about your current employer, right? Would the Simpsons game you worked on be while you're at your current employer or a previous one? Because I would love to have you on anonymously and talk to you about it, but I don't want to get you in trouble at work, so you let me know if that's possible.
That's pretty cool though. You worked on it.
I love all... I found things to love now about all Trek except for Voyager, but I'm going to do with Voyager what I did with Deep Space Nine, and I'm going to give it another try and just power through that first season.
Yes. The first one's tough.
Simpsons game on the Wii, PS2, and PSP. That's one of the better ones. I like that one, and I like Simpsons Road Rage. It's not a great game, but it was good fan service and inclusion of the theme on a decent, okay, like action-y open. It was like GTA kind of game.
Oh, I know. I love the lines from it.
Yeah.
You go through and they'd all say the lines.
They recorded a bunch of actual footage for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Simpsons game, actual game, was really a big project and did everything right. It was like a real episode.
Yeah.
Road Rage is amazing. Yeah, Simpsons meets Crazy Taxi, exactly. All right, I'm getting off here. Getting off track here. Getting off here.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway. That's a different couch podcast. So, hackers have found a usable PSP emulator hidden in the PS4's Parappa game, the new Parappa game. Parappa the Rapper Remastered. They found a bare-bones, upscale re-release of the 90s PlayStation rhythm game. Earlier this week, a site called GBA Temp user Kiwi, who's famous for pulling this kind of information out. Krusty's Funhouses. Yeah, it was a good one too. Sorry to get off track here. Posted a discovery on Reddit that there was a built-in PSP emulator to run the 2007 version of Parappa, rather than running new code specifically ported to the PS4. That's big news because that hacking community now has the source code for a PSP emulator. So rather than have to like make one or figure it out with reverse engineering, they're just going to lift the code right off that PS4 remaster and just go to town. And then people will be hacking their PS4s. I didn't pull this up for today, but there was also last week someone was able to load all the emulators up to GameCube onto a Wii, and it's a weakness in the Tegra chip that runs the Switch. Mm-hmm. I said in a Wii, in a Switch, and because it's a hardware limitation, Nintendo can't patch it out. So there are people already, because Nintendo is not going to release any. We'll get to this later, but people are already hacking their Switches to be able to play whatever the fuck they want. You heard PSP stands for PlayStation Portable. That is true. All right, D, go ahead. Number 4.
Number 4 is 2/3 of Destiny's 2's Warmind strikes are reused campaign levels. The third is exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah, so that's Destiny 2's newest expansion. Full disclosure, D and me and a couple other people in the community all played Destiny for like a month, 2 months. Mm-hmm. And it was fun for a couple of weeks, and then it got repetitive for a few weeks, and then it got annoying, and we kind of just all hung around and waited for the first expansion. And I remember the week of the expansion launch, I was so hesitant to log in. I'm like, I'm just gonna take a break, and I'll come back when the expansion comes out. I came back, and I still hated it, and it's had nothing but negative press since it's come out. I've not heard one good thing about it. Another Destiny expansion comes out, and it's called Warmind. These strikes are like think of the instance dungeons that you go on, and 2 of them are reused. The third one that's new is a PlayStation exclusive. So if you're like us playing on PC, you just don't get it. Sorry. Unless they're funny enough for the podcast. Okay, B-Shiv, I'll try not to. Next bit of news, Miitomo, Nintendo's first smartphone app ever, shuts down after 2 years. And I can tell you they're about 1 year and 11 months too late on that one.
Yeah.
Miitomo was like, what if we designed an app for 3-year-olds that have attention deficit disorder? I mean, it was really lame. Like, I understand. Want to be the next Humble Bundle? Yeah, they probably couldn't give that thing away. Destiny 2. But Miitomo's app was like, I thought was an interesting first step, and that they were going to like flesh it out, but nope. It stayed it wasn't even a good money grab, because it is classic Nintendo. 2 steps forward, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back. They finally like, hey, let's do a mobile app. Okay, let's do everything about it wrong. Let's get it completely wrong all the way around. They've done some really good things since then. Super Mario Run, while not a financial success, was at least a good way to bring Mario to mobile. Showed everybody that they were really interested in it. The Fire Emblem's game's pretty good. I don't play it much these days just because I don't have time, but it's not a bad app. The Pocket Camp, what was that? Animal Crossing game?
Animal Crossing.
All the Animal Crossing people, I couldn't stand it, but I don't like Animal Crossing. The Animal Crossing people that I know liked it really furiously for like a week or 2, and then when it got to that bleeding edge where they had to pay to keep going, people kind of turned on it and went away from it. That's what Nintendo is EA, but people only remember their highs. Bunny Ball, thanks, dude.
Thanks, Bunny.
Really, I'm really glad that you're enjoying it. B-Shiv is trying to turn this into an EA rant, and what I will say is that if Nintendo's like Lenny in Of Mice and Men, they do bad things, but it's not out of maliciousness. They do bad things from time to time, but because they're wandering and aimless. They don't do things like EA does, where they buy up their competition, lock them into contracts where they can't succeed, and then actively sabotage their releases so they can short pay their contracts, and then blame the success, the lack of success. I'm thinking specifically of Titanfall 2, where they EA sabotaged the release of that game and then bought out Respawn like a year later because they didn't financially meet the end of their contract financially. That kind of stuff is really shady business stuff, and I know people are saying, well, all businesses do that. No, they don't. EA is the most nakedly obvious in their tactics, and the stuff that they've done with loot boxes, tying it into game progression, really turned me off. And I hated them before those things happened because they've bought BioWare long before most of you guys even knew there were game development companies. The EA's been doing this stuff very successfully because they don't answer. They're not good for the gamer. They're good for their board of investors. They are pure capitalism from the get-go. And I'm not going to go on a huge rant here because I do want to get a sponsorship for my podcast, and if EA wants to give me enough money, I'll say lots of good things about them. But right now, this is my naked, honest opinion. Actually, I wouldn't take. Would we take EA's money? Depends on how much.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah, if they paid off my house, maybe I'd come here and say, you know what, I was totally wrong about them. It's good that they're raping the game industry and killing it off slowly. Think about all the great games the great game series and development houses that they've ruined in our lifetimes.
Like Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2. The first game that pissed me off EA did was Madden.
Yeah.
EA bought Tiburon out, stripped them of any kind of autonomy, and then when that worked for like 2 or 3 years, they owned the football game industry, the American football game industry, and then 2K, which is I believe was under the Sega umbrella, was putting out great rival games to it, and that competition bred innovation. And for you guys too young to know this, in my lifetime, football games went from barely making 7-on-7 games or NES games like Tecmo Bowl, where you couldn't even tell there was a football on the screen, to like fairly accurate, like incredible in our lifetime to see the transition to accurate simulation of what football was like. And as an NFL fan, it was amazing. And I played 2K, and 2K did a lot of things I liked, and Madden did a lot of things I liked, EA's version. And then I thought, well, man, this is great. They're going to continue to push each other every year. It'll be a good reason to buy what's basically a roster update every year. And then EA said, oh, hey, NFL, if we give you a shit ton of money instead of investing it into making our game better, could you just not let our competitors have access to the NFL franchises? Which effectively shut them down because Joe Blow goes into the arcade or goes into GameStop and wants to get a game. Sorry, I'm knocking my chat down. Wants to get an NFL game. They're not going to buy the one that has fake teams and players in it. They're going to get the real one. Dead Space is another one. What's the other dev house? This is so old now. I'm thinking of like early 2000s devs that they bought out, completely shut down. Maxis. The guys who made all the sim games, what they did to SimCity 4 is bad. All right, I'm off on a rant. I'm on a rant. You got it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
One of your jobs is to keep me off from going off rants.
Okay.
All right, go to number 60. Anyway, fuck EA. Go ahead.
Okay. Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, and yet another zombie defense currently free to add on Steam.
I do remember, buddy. There's another. Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, and yet another zombie defense games are right now for free on Steam. If you haven't played Oddworld, it's Abe's Odyssey. It was an original Xbox launch title, or it was in that window. So it's an older game, but it's a really good game. Black and white, Battlefield, NHL hockey. Yes, Sin. You ever played Oddworld? Do you remember when we lived in I almost said it.
Oh, don't say it.
We used to live in another town. And I have to be sure not to mention what towns we live in. We used to live in another town, and we had a neighbor named Thaddeus. He went by Thad. And Thad had an Xbox, and I had a GameCube, and we would sometimes trade. And he had Oddworld, and he had Halo. And that was the first time I tried to play a shooter on a console, and I was like, I can't do it.
What is that?
But Oddworld Abe's Odyssey is a side-scrolling adventure kind of game. It reminded me most of Castlevania 2. There's a little bit of a story, like Castlevania Metroid-y kind of game, but it was at a unique art style. It was a very interesting game. I would really recommend, especially for free, if you're look for a game. It's on Steam right now. I don't know anything about yet another zombie defense game, but I thought I'd let you know.
Stairway to Freedom?
Yes, that's what Oddworld did. So, this is the big news that Dee doesn't know about yet, and we were talking about Star Trek, so let me just tell you. There's Star Trek Bridge Crew, which is the VR game, that if I ever got VR, this would be the only reason I would do it. But we need to get two of them so we can both play. And that's just ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
Sorry, guys. But there's a non-VR version. I think we're going to have to do this. They're going to get a next generation DLC that adds Borg and a bit of FTL style gameplay. Faster than light.
That's interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
Bye, Oswald. Thank you for hanging out, man. Have fun in Fallout 4. That's cool, man.
Thank you.
We'll be here for a bit, so come back if you want. So there's a fan project called Stage 9 that is recreating massive portions of the Enterprise D, and you can walk around and interact with the Enterprise D, which for a certain era of nerd that loved that there's actually a link you can download it at stage-9.co.uk. So you can get a shuttle and fly around outside the ship and see like the outsides of the ship in this game. So I would highly recommend if you're a Star Trek nerd or you like Star Trek, the Bridge Crew game is going to get a DLC where you can play as TNG, and they're going to add like a single player kind of experience with it, like FTL, where you have like a mission that can be randomized and what they call it, a roguelike, where you can go on a mission but you don't know what's going to happen. Sort of like Bridge Commander from the 90s. You remember that game?
You love that game.
I love that game.
You love that game.
I played the shit out of that game. It was amazing. All right.
You read the next one?
Yeah. Wario 64 is a well-known Twitter user who has credible sources on gaming news.
Oh, okay. Wario 64 leaks Bethesda 3 reveal of Rage sequel. Rage
Bethesda's 2. E3 reveal.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Bethesda E3 reveal. Also, Just Cause 4, Splinter Cell, Dragon Quest 2, PS4, Xbox, Lego DC Villains, Borderlands 3. Ooh, I'm excited about that. I love Borderlands. Rage 2, Gears of War 5, Forza Horizons 5, and Assassin's Creed. Another Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, imagine they're going to make another Assassin's Creed every year for the rest of our lives. So, big news. These are what E3 is supposed to reveals are going to happen like next month. And Bethesda's, like, remember Rage, the Doom guys? Bethesda and id formed up and they released Rage, and then Doom, the new Doom. This is Rage 2. It's going to be a true sequel to Rage, which Rage was not a great it was not a great game by any stretch of imagination. It wasn't marketed well. I think it was kind of coasting off the Doom news. But yeah, Borderlands 3 is going to be awesome. New Splinter Cell game would be good. Now, granted, these are Wario 64's leaks. This person has a high degree of accuracy, but they're not 100%. So take this all with a huge grain of salt. Yeah, I played Rage after hearing how bad it was, or not how mediocre it was, and I got it for like $5 or $10 on Steam, and I played it all the way through, which is rare for me. I usually don't play a game all the way through, and I was like, no, this is really cool. I like this. So this is kind of neat. Forza Horizons 5, I don't know much about that. Gears of War, I don't care about, but there's a lot of fans out there. Lego DC Villains sounds kind of neat.
Yeah.
I didn't spell villains right either. Dragon's
What are you
Quest?
thinking?
I don't know. I wasn't clearly. If they what?
Bunny Bubba, if they bring back Michael Ironside, I will be happy. It was great to see him reprise a role in Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah. Hey, Swifter, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Swifter.
So, next big awesome thing that was announced this week. Finally, the Duel. Yes. The next big awesome news that was announced this week, Nintendo gave some detail about their online service, which is going to be met with a lot of mixed results. So here's the things that I think are good about it. Let me just give you some information. It's $20 per person a year, so that's immediately cheaper than Xbox and PS4. Excuse me. They have a $35 a year family plan. So let's say, I don't know, you and 7 of your buddies wanted to go together in on it. You could pay $35 as a group.
Yeah.
So $5 a person basically get you a year of online, which after you hear about the rest of it, maybe you know how they cut some corners to make it that cheap. One of the things that they've announced is they're going to roll out 20 NES games. Classic NES games are going to be part of the package. So if you pay that online service, you get access to these games. Some of these games that they've mentioned are like Mario Brothers, or Super Mario Brothers. All these games, they're going to have co-op compatibility online or versus. So let's say you and your buddy that grew up playing Mario Brothers. And I don't mean Super Mario Brothers. I mean the one like where you're in the sewer and you're knocking the turtles from underneath. You can play, and it's going to have online functionality where you and a buddy can play over the internet on their service at the same time. Or you wanted to play Super Mario Brothers, and it's past the controller, they call it. Past the controller co-op. Wait, Crunky. Oh, dude, thank you so much for that Prime, Osmo. I appreciate that, man. For those listening, Osmo, just subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See how, go ahead.
Bunny Bubble E3, it's going to be interesting to see how the new games have changed. Announce their
monetization.
Sorry, monetization. Am I reading that right? Plans post the Star Wars fiasco and the loot box backlash. Can I mess that up anymore?
And the Pokemon, so everyone had a backlash against the loot boxes, right? Yeah, you do, Swifter. Thanks, dude.
Hi, Inferno.
Hey, what's up, Inferno?
Pokemon Switch.
Switch. I'd love to get more information about that, but you know Nintendo, if you expect it, it's not going to happen. So they said there are no longer going to be any games released under the Virtual Console name. There's been a big article big debate about, does that mean no kind of Virtual Console old games released? It's all going to be this NES stuff? Or are they just going to change the marketing of it? Who knows? Nobody really knows. Some educated guesses are going to be that they're going to do, they're going to still release games. Maybe it'll be 20 NES games at first, and the next year it'll be SNES games. I don't know. No one knows. No party system. You can't log in and create a group and then jump game to game and one be out of the game, one be in the game. All of the partying and voice comms is controlled through your phone app. And I tried that phone app on when it came out for Splatoon, and like it was terrible. Like I don't mean it like it was like god awful, because most people don't have a microphone. They just use their phone, and like they put it in their room next to their fan, and it just sound like the audio quality is garbage. At least the way it was set up. Mario Party online would be great, but the way it was set up, the voice chat was, you got in the group and you're looking at the screen, and then as soon as you go into the game, like when it was loading up and it split the teams off, then you could hear people talking, and it reminded me of if you ever played PUBG and you have your voice chat on that by default, and you just hear random idiot stuff. And I was playing with friends, and all I heard background noise, and I'm like, I won't use that. Like, I know I got my audio issues. I don't like hearing a lot of weird noises and shit in my earphones when I'm playing. Like, it distracts me, it pisses me off. But it's bad on top of that. Like, it was god awful. So they're either gonna have to like really fix some of those issues, but I just don't see that being viable. I've not read a lot of, even Nintendo has some apologists out there. I don't know, Bishop's probably well aware of this, but I've not seen a lot of positive reception to it. In fact, I've seen a lot of negative reception to it.
Oh yeah, I think
so. I'd love to say, well, Nintendo's going to see that and respond, but we all know better. They're not. They're not. They and this is what I was talking about, Nintendo versus EA. EA maliciously does things for the highest dollar. Nintendo is just like petting the rabbits. They mean well, but they snap some necks every now and again. So all you hear is the N-word in PUBG. Yeah, exactly. It's bad. And the last one, Nintendo announced today a charging stand for the Switch. It's like what everyone wanted to begin with, a little flip top deal where you can put the thing in the charger and the screen still shows. So
that's great.
You can play while it's charging. It's a crazy idea, isn't it? Yeah, I looked around. I didn't see any reliable information on pricing. I could have missed it. It could be released somewhere, so don't hold me to that if there's. But I can't. If it's like the base station was $80, We bought an
Yeah.
extra one to have one downstairs, or to have one to stream one downstairs, and holy crap, it's expensive. But that's all the news. You have any news that I forgot? Video game news. Pricing is $20. Did you Inferno Ashes? Is that confirmed? Because I didn't see that officially. If it's $20, that's great.
Yeah, I was supposed to say that's great.
But yeah,
Because I mean they're having problems with they were having problems with switches breaking from
the third-party docs.
the third party
Yeah.
docs.
Thank you, Inferno Ashes. Inferno Ashes just says, yeah, that's confirmed from Nintendo. So that's good news. So Nintendo's kind of, they hit a couple things out of the park. Like the online functionality of old NES games I've wanted since the GameCube. I mean, that's ridiculous. I remember when the GameCube had a modem that you buy for it. I'm like, well, that's perfect. They're going to roll out all this online stuff. And then Nintendo's like, meh. Then when the Wii comes out and it's Wi-Fi enabled out of the box. Oh, okay, they'll do that there. They got a virtual console. They'll roll that out soon. Nope. Let's do some real fun before we do that. We'll do the gaming last. That way I'll just cut that off the end of the podcast.
Okay. Sounds good.
This is about an hour in. I got to edit all this down.
Oh wow. Okay.
So we'll do some This Week in Gaming History. For those of you guys who don't know, one of the things we wanted to do is to kind of have a couple of recurring segments. This won't take too long, but we want to talk about video gaming past and present. And we thought a neat thing to do if we're doing a weekly show is to talk about what happened this week in particular years that were not monumentous, but at least noteworthy in history. What games came out for the NES or the Atari 2600 or the Genesis this time, at this time of year. And what I found out is that because this is about summer vacation, old console games, nothing came out in May and June hardly, because all the kids were getting out and going to school.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, you were already out. It was already summer vacation in the U.S. right now.
Yeah.
Like halfway through May, you're out. I think May 17th was my last day. My senior year of high school was the last day of the school year. I remember that for some reason. May 17th.
Probably 'cause you're.
Yeah, it's probably excited. I think I had something to coordinate. Gamer girls don't need what does it say?
Oh, gamer girls don't need rescuing.
Yes. Does that cat not look like our cat?
Yeah, that looks just like our cat, Inferno.
Inferno, look at this.
That's crazy.
Look at this. Look at it.
That looks just like it.
It does.
That's so funny.
You're internet famous
Even
now,
the same
kitty.
eyes.
I know. Look at her.
I see
Look at her. Look at her.
Be nice to her.
I'll be nice to her.
She's gonna get scared.
She's gonna get scared and call the crap out of you. So, exactly, Inferno. I went back and found the oldest one I could find. May 5th, 1951. What the hell happened in gaming history in 1951? Can you even think of such?
No,
Like 51. I was really surprised by this when I found it. The first Nimrod computer. It's not a joke. Nimrod computer. Created by an engineering firm and nascent computer developer, Ferranti, was presented at the Festival of Britain and then showcased for 3 weeks in October at the Berlin Industrial Show before being dismantled. These guys, using a panel of lights, displayed exclusively to play this game called NIM, were made by players pressing buttons that correspond with the lights. Nimrod could play either the traditional or the reverse form of the game. The machine was 12 feet wide, 9 feet deep, and 5 feet tall, and it was based on an earlier NIM playing machine, Nimitron, designed by a gentleman, Nimitron, not to be confused with Megatron or Galvatron, by Edward Condon, built by Westinghouse Electric in 1940 for display at the New York World Fair. Nimitron had been constructed from electromechanical relays and weighed over 1 ton. But the Nimrod was primarily intended to showcase Ferranti's computer design and programming skills rather than to entertain, and it was not followed up by any future games. Despite this, most onlookers at the Festival of Berlin were more interested in playing the game than in the programming and the engineering logic behind it. So, in a sense, in 1951, this guy brought out at a fair a public arcade game to say, look at how badass I am. I made this cheaper game, but it works with lights and buttons. And everyone's like, let me play that. And that was the oldest one I could find. You want to do the next one, Dee?
Yes. May 13th, 1976, Atari releases Breakout, This prototype was designed by Apple Computer co-founder Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
To video arcades.
Now, if you don't know who Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak are, they're like on the Mount Rushmore of computer nerds.
Yes.
Like Steve Jobs made the iPhone. Steve Wozniak was a heavy hitter at Apple Computer in the early days, and I didn't know this. Breakout is like the scrolling wheel platform at the bottom that bounces the ball up, right, and knocks the blocks off.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak were involved in that game. They built a prototype, and Atari released Breakout, which was designed by them. Apple Games made that. They released that in 1976 at arcades everywhere. I had no idea. That was 2 years before I was born, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, you think you'd have heard about that? The guy that made your iPhone. I'm playing games with your heart. Sorry, dude. But anyway, May 6, 1991, Sierra Online releases the first Sierra Network, which is also credited as the first graphical MMORPG, which I thought was neat because it's 91. Thanks, Bunny.
Thanks, Bunny.
All right, man. Thanks for hanging out with us so late, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
See you later, buddy. So, 91, they released the first graphical MMORPG due to its inclusion in the shadow of Eusebius. The Sierra Network would later on become its more memorable name, Imagination Network, after a buyout from AT&T in 1994. So, see you soon, buddy. Skynet goes online.
Skynet goes online.
Inferno Ashes says in May 8th, 1992, Skynet goes online. Nice. That's close. So that was pretty wild. That the D and I have played some MMORPGs, and you think of it as like a late 90s kind of deal. You know, when EverQuest came out, then Dark Age, and then WoW and those games. But way back in 1991, Sierra Online made the Sierra Network. Sierra was a game developer. Right? They made the first graphical MMO. There were multi-user dungeons, which were text-based MMOs before that, which, like, if you've ever played WoW or Dark Age or those, there's like a chat box at the bottom that shows all the damage going on. That was what the original games were. Those, they call them MUDs, multi-user dungeons, was just the text. And so that was I thought that was kind of interesting factoid.
May 5th, 1992, ID Software releases Wolfenstein 3D for MS-DOS.
What software?
id
Thank
Software?
you.
Sorry, I said ID.
ID Software.
id. That's like, I'm sorry.
Who's the gamer girl and who's not the gamer girl? id Software made Doom. Come on.
Sorry.
It's all right. You could be.
I watched you play Doom. I didn't play Doom because Doom scared me. Which popularizes the first-person shooter genre for the PC and leads to many similar games.
Yeah. So Wolfenstein was the first game, like the dry run of Doom. Right? Doom came out after that. They also made Commander Keen, and they made the Rage game we were talking about earlier. Before they partnered up with not Vivendi, who made Skyrim. Bethesda and id joined forces.
Oh.
You need to read up on your gaming history, Miss Sunny D.
Okay. I will do that.
May 3rd, 1994, Epic Mega Games releases Jazz Jackrabbit, a console-style animal with attitude platformer. You remember that game, don't you?
Yeah. I totally remember that.
I think I was supposed to take that one off this list because it's not that interesting. But what I really thought was someone would say, I love that game. I think the reason I had it on there initially was because it was supposed to be a console game, but for PC. Like, it was supposed to be the Mario and Sonic of PC. You know, I think they tried to make Jazz Jackrabbit.
Yeah.
JJ Man.
Some of our viewers were playing born in 1994.
Probably. Inferno Ashes, have you ever heard of Jazz Jackrabbit?
I like that emote.
All right, well, we're 10 minutes past the hour mark.
Okay.
That's where I said we should be done with the first portion of it, the intro portion. So what I like to do now is take a 5-minute break, use the restroom, get drinks refreshed, and we'll play some Mario Kart. Does anybody else? Can we play split screen Mario Kart with players? Does anybody else want to play Mario Kart for Switch?
Molly and I are playing.
With other players?
With other players.
If you guys want to play Inferno too?
Yeah.
If you guys want to play Mario Kart with us, meet us back in 5 minutes. We're going to take an AFK and we will be right back. I'm going to mute the mic. All right, I think we're back now, everybody. Did we do? We did the whole thing the other way before. We did full screen before, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get the switch going here.
That's such a cool background.
You like that
I
background?
love it.
I got a bunch of different ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by I mean I let's get this set up real quick. Oh, we got to change our source to PC. Make sure we get the sound. Can you hear the game itself? Oh, the game's not showing on the screen. We'll go to editor. Change the Elgato. The Elgato. Can I get rid of it?
Uh-oh.
That's probably why it's not there.
Whoops.
That's probably right here. It's weird driving on this TV. Ba-boom. Oh, we want to have there we go. All right, we're logged in? Are you? Let's switch out.
Yeah, switch out.
All right. We'll go to me. Beep boop. All right, who's on? Levi, Bria, and Frankie are on. Okay. You know anybody in Frankie? Okay. How do we do online?
I think you do online and then 2-player.
Ah, okay. There you go.
Go.
Ready here. And then we just start. And then people join us. Guys, if you want to get in here, let me see how far.
I think you can make it tournaments and then put the tournament code up.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's how we'll call it.
Can I invite people? Let me switch back.
Because I think it had like people watching could just join. And then the rest of the players were
Me's.
me's, yeah.
Crap! I have this new TV. I don't know how to drive it yet.
Give us just a second, guys. We'll get it.
Switch to that. Okay, so these are the people we want, right? No. Got that. Select the second me. Gotta be D, right?
Yeah.
I think we got this. And then we can do tournaments. Or we can do friends. Frankie. Oh, that's to join on a friend. I haven't played this in a while. Tournaments. Create a tournament.
Yes.
All right, we'll do this. Do you want to create a tournament? Yes. Choose an icon for your tournament. The icon's going to be Bowser. And her name is going to be GLY. All lowercase. GLY. Then we're going to go start. And then we're going to make tournament rules. We're going to do 150cc or you want 100? 150 fine. No teams, normal items, no comm. Should we have comm? We'll do easy comm. That way there's other people there.
Yeah.
All vehicles, smart steering, okay. Weekly. Thursday. You gotta set a time? Really?
I get it.
What time is it right now? You know what? I'm not doing this. We're just gonna go play. We're just gonna play friends.
Okay.
Okay. We'll go back. Yes, we are. We're gonna play a worldwide game. New battle or versus race? Versus race. All right. Did I unmute our chat? I think I did. Guys, can you hear me okay? Get down, Buster.
Buster, get down, buddy. Get down. He's a good boy.
Yeah, I can hear it. They can hear us.
Okay.
Guys, if you want to hop in here, just let me know once we get started. You're probably waiting on me to do this.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. We'll play again next. Well, we can only have 2 players on multiplayer. We can. We play more if you want.
Here you go.
Oh.
We're gonna stream it. Frankie, you here?
Yeah.
Are you back? Is that it? All right, we'll pick our cars. Oh, I love the stock car. Yeah. Got in? Cool. Here we go. Anybody else wants to join us? Just join on me. Send me a friend request. Don't have to send a friend request, so I have to tell them my code.
Yes.
Let me know if you guys want my code. I'll go pull it up. Join the next match while we're waiting. Can I go look my code up? Yeah. Is it profile? Yeah. All right, there's my friend code. I'm going to type it in here real quick. I think I have a, what is it? SW dash 2134 dash 179 dash. All right, there's my code if anybody wants it. We're still waiting. Cheech. Hunter. Eric MCG 55. This is kind of in the way. In your way?
I'm okay. I want to move it.
Move it down just a little bit. I actually prefer to watch it on here so I can actually see it.
Oh, okay.
Because the color, pops.
Sure.
Move it over there to the right, yeah. That'd be great. Yeah, it'll be great. They're on lap 3 of 3. So we're just waiting to get in here. OCT Snipe Andrew is playing. You're going down, by the way. I haven't played this in 6 months. Is it A to go forward?
Yes.
And then,
it is.
Okay. Which button does what?
Exactly.
Oh, man. Did you get Joy-Cons or the Labo there, Frankie? Could you talk yourself into spending that kind of money on cardboard? Molly and I need to finish that up too. There's still a couple more we need to make. We made 3 of them so far, I think. Ooh.
Nice.
Still spectating? No Labo? Okay. Yeah, we were just spectating. We're just now about to get in. Is Frankie in here? Not that I can't see him.
I don't see them.
He's on the right sides.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Sunrose.
Sunrose, I just put my Switch code in if you want to get in. You're more than welcome to join. Welcome to the stream, Sunrose. Glad you could make it.
Don't know if it just joined. She might not be able to see it.
See my code?
Yeah.
Maybe Frankie can copy and paste it if he's got the ability.
Yeah.
I think I used to have a command that showed that.
Oh. Crap.
How do I use my items? I don't remember. L. Okay. Man, I've not played this in a long time. What's up? Team Baby Girl.
Thanks, Frankie.
Thank you, Frankie. If you're a friend of Frankie's, I know you're a good person because Frankie's a good dude. We have never co-op played before. On stream anyway. Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
But not this game, have we?
No. Well, I think the last one we did was it Cuphead?
Cuphead. Yeah. That's no wonder we don't do this anymore. We're like, that'll be fun. Why did we think that was a good idea?
Hey,
Are you being rude to our guest, Steve?
I don't mean to be rude.
Man, I am so bad at this. Plus, I don't like playing in split screen. Do you?
I think you and I both have we can't fall off the map either.
What does that mean?
On.
Oh, are we on noob mode or whatever they call it?
I think so.
How do you know?
Got the little flashing things on the back.
Oh, the antenna?
Yeah.
We'll have to turn that off.
Yeah.
Man, we're a couple of noobs.
Sorry, guys.
How do you turn that off? Do you have to do it in like...
I think you have to do it in settings.
Oh my god. Guys, we're terrible trash.
Ooh, I got 12 and you got...
We got 2 sunnies. Sunrose.
Oh, okay. Got 2 sunnies.
B-Ship, get in here. Don't tell me you're doing laundry either. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Where is it? Is it... Did you push a button here? X? Y? Are we trash?
Are we trash?
Where's my character? Where's my me? It looks like me with a hat on. But I should have a hat. I didn't win.
Oh.
How come? How are you still spectating?
Because this game that we're in is probably full, and you can't join on us.
Until somebody leaves. Oh, there's 2 baby girls on.
Yeah.
That's what Bisha was talking about.
Full
on. Okay. Because this is Nintendo and you can't have the party system. That would just be stupid. All right, I'm gonna try to not be as terrible this time. It's weird not being able to see the whole screen.
Is it coming off?
It's probably just psychological. Oh, this is the one from the GameCube. I remember this one. Oh, come on now, Grayson. Let's be realistic about this. Man, I'm already in 8th place.
I'm in 12th.
So you're saying I shouldn't complain?
Yes, exactly. Don't complain.
Ah!
You're not allowed.
You got 2 other people to rage quit? We gotta make them rage quit, D.
Rage quit.
All you gotta do is beat them. Beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, right.
Team baby girl. Stupid bullet bill. Here we go. Come on, get that star guy out of here. Goddamn star guy. I'm gonna rage quit before I make anybody else rage quit. Freaking Mario Kart. 10th. I didn't come in 11th this time. I'm Bria.
Oops.
I switched out. How come? Maybe that's why he can't join us. No, why am I Bria? Because I picked Bria?
Yeah, probably.
Fuck is this
You
game's
wanna
problem?
quit?
No, we gotta get... Is he in here? Are you in, Frankie? He's not in. Let's back out. Yeah, we'll leave this group. We'll try again. Let me go change my settings. How do we change this? Play stats? No. Where do we change this setting at? My driving techniques. This is just info, right?
It's actually.
Am I actually logged in under me?
No, that's.
Why is this not working? I feel so dumb. How do I log in under me?
You have to change user, which is why. Actual. No, when you're on the game.
On the game.
Yes, on the game.
Okay. Oh my God, guys, I'm sorry. Cat likes the Labo. She's laying her head on the Labo thing. Sorry, Frankie. We'll stop noobing this up here in a minute.
Yes.
The noobness knows no bounds. Online play, 2 players. How do we change the... Alright, we're good. Select a second me. That'll be you. We're gonna do friends. No, not friends. Yeah, we can create a room. Create a room. That'll just be the 3 of us, so that'll be fine. We'll do that. Alright, we're creating a room for just our friends, so you should be able to join on us now. Yeah, I got a lot more stuff open than you guys do.
Yeah.
Bunch of noobs.
They're new.
I remember on the Wii U, I had it all unlocked except for the backwards 200cc crap they put out later. I'm like, I don't have the patience for it.
We change our settings.
There's Frankie.
Yeah, there he is.
No. Good luck. B-Shift, get in here. Thanks for playing. What a shame. Hey, we'll go. We'll do 150cc. Normal items. No com? We're about to get our butts spanked.
Yeah. Easing steering not supposed to be allowed. That's. I think that's it.
What is
we allowed easy steering.
Where's it at?
Back at the.
Leave group. I want to go back. Yeah, we're going to leave this group. We're going to restart the group because these saw it at the last second, apparently.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Rejoin us, Frankie. She saw something about easy steering not allowed. Where was it at?
And when you
pick your rules?
Yeah.
And where's that at?
You hit
X?
A for.
Where?
Oh, it's there.
What are you talking about?
I think on the tournament one it said that. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I missed.
It's all right. I have no idea what we're doing. That makes 2 of us, right?
Right.
Let's start with the easy stuff. Our vote counts twice.
Yes.
Mario Kart Stadium. Good old school stuff here. Here we go. Who knew he'd be a shy guy?
Yeah.
Who could have thunk it? Yikes. I missed? Really? Man, I'm no good at this game anymore.
Good scrap.
You remember on the N64 I played this for just hours upon hours?
Oh yeah, I loved it on N64. I'm hoping they'll come out with a classic for that.
The N64 version?
Yeah.
You don't have game sound? Let me fix that after this race. Thank you, Sunrose. Sunrose, if you'd like to play with us, you're more than welcome to. I'll fix the game sound in just a second. I thought we had game sound. My bad. It's triggering in the mic. Okay, I'll fix the game sound in just a second. As soon as this round's over. What a bunch of news! I know I set this game sound. It must have been doing like you said, picking it up in the microphone. That's no good. I hate when I tune in a stream and that happens, and here I am doing it. What a hypocrite. Such a hypocrite. I tried to catch him. All right. Have you finished yet? Yeah, you finished.
Yeah.
Let me change this real quick. I'll fix that game sound issue real fast.
Hey, Bolt.
What's up, Bolt?
Sound isn't during the mic. We only hear when you talk.
Yeah, I was just hearing it from the.
Okay.
Should be hearing it from right there. Second. Audio. Why is that not working? Stop yawning.
Hi. Sorry, guys.
Video capture device should be.
The Elgato? Okay.